So this is Pounce To Go. It was Pounce To Go and pounds lost. Since I started dieting, which was in January, this is how much I've lost. These were the waist beads that fit me at the start of January when I first started. Oh yeah, this is how much I've lost from this area. This used to fit tight before. Why is Papa John's texting me when I'm making this video, please? Rude. Once and for all, I'm gonna make losing weight my New Year's resolution, and I'm gonna stick to it, and I'm gonna make a lifestyle change, and I'm just really gonna go for it. You know, it's something I've wanted to do my whole life, and I do feel like my weight has held me back in terms of things that I've wanted to do, my confidence, just all those things. Like I've just found a higher need for weight loss in my life right now than any time before. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm back with a really anticipated video actually. This is the most requested video that I've had. As a lot of you guys will know, a lot of you that follow me on social media, last year I went on a weight loss journey, and in total I lost 6 stone, which I'm really happy about, to be honest with you. I know not everyone runs in stones, so 6 stone is equivalent to 84 pounds, and it's also equivalent to 38 kilograms. So yeah, it's, you know, it's a lot of weight to lose, and you know, it's something that you have to mentally prepare yourself for and get ready for. And you know, that's kind of what I want to come and tell you guys about today, how I basically prepared myself for that weight loss and for that journey, which I'm still on today, to be fair. Like, I'm still doing my toning goals, I'm still trying to lose a bit here and there. There's 2 stone that I just kind of lost naturally when I was working. I was working at a cinema called Showcase in Leicester, and you know, I was on my feet a lot there, and naturally during the summer when I picked up more shifts there, I naturally lost about 1.5 stone anyway, because when I finished uni my family were telling me, oh Jasmine, you've lost weight. Obviously I was still 18 stone and whatnot, but I had lost weight. So in total I've actually lost about 8 stone, which sounds ridiculous. Like, it's crazy, like, for me to even picture that, like what weight I was before and to now, like it's a blessing, you know, like I'm so happy. And yeah guys, anyway, I'm gonna get into the vid now because I love waffling. So guys, before I start, I'm just gonna give you like a little background on, you know, my weight and stuff like that. As long as I can remember, I've been a bigger girl, like throughout school, throughout college, throughout university. There was a point in school when I did lose quite a bit of weight, not as much as I've lost this time around, but I did lose quite a bit of weight, and I got down to a point where I felt really happy in my body and really comfortable, and very quickly I just put that weight back on. But I do realise it was because of the mentality at the time as well. I was very young, and then also the mentality that I had, it was like, I'm gonna go on this diet for 4 months, be really good, but then straight after, when I've lost all the weight, I'm just gonna go back to my old habits. And that was just a really stupid mentality to have at the time. Like, going on a diet temporarily for 4 months and then saying, oh yeah, after that I'm gonna go back to the old habits. Girl, no, like, I put it all back on and more. So yeah, spent about a year being a little bit on the slimmer side, but obviously throughout that year I was also putting it back on as well. So after that point, like after like I lost weight in school and I fell off, for a really long time I was scared to get back on the scale, because I just didn't want to see a number that was just going to dishearten me and just make me feel like, wow, all that hard work kind of thing. So I just avoided it for so long. I didn't really enjoy myself the way that, you know, I could have. I didn't go out, I only went out during freshers, and yeah, I just really, like, my weight really held me back a lot. And I started to see that, and I started to realise, like, you know, Jasmine, you know, if you don't do something about your weight at this point now, 1, you're never going to do anything about it, and 2, you are going to spend your life not unhappy, but nowhere near as happy as you could have been if you lost the weight. And honestly, now that I have lost it, I'm seeing that in tenfold. Like, I didn't realise how happy I would be losing the weight. Anyway, back into the video. That was my little background basically on my my weight journey throughout my life. It just affected a lot of things in my life, and yeah, it was time for a change really. When you go on a weight loss journey, you have to kind of change your relationship with food. You know, the reason you got to where you did in the first place was because you ate too much and didn't move enough, and as a result your body packed on the pounds. So what you've got to do is change your mentality towards food. You've got to change your relationship, and you've got to see food as fuel rather than food as something to indulge in, something that, you know, you've got to find new things that you like. For me, I used to watch people eating on YouTube. That might not be the thing to do because I'm just weird, but rather than saying yes to food all the time, like, you know, if you get offered food, you just got to be able to say no. You've got to just, every time it's no in your head, because realistically you know what you're eating throughout that day. You should have kind of planned that in your head already. So it's just straight no. Do you want a sweet? No. Do you want? No. Like, before you've even heard what it is, to be honest, like before they even finish their sentence, Jazz, do you? No. No, I don't. Leave me alone. The first thing that you really want to do is calculate 30 days from the day that you start. I've got my calendars from last year, and basically I dotted the calendars, so I calculated how much 30 days was from the start of my diet, and that was my first goal, to get to day 30. Basically every one of these days I've eaten healthy, I've not drank fizzy drinks, no chocolate, no sweets, no nothing, nothing bad, nothing fried, you know. I've just really been trying to make a difference to my life. There's a few different sources on the internet. Some say 21 days, some say 25, some say 30. Apparently it takes 30 days to form a habit, so if you do something straight for 30 days, then your body will start to get used to it, and you know, that will just kind of become your norm. So I thought to myself, you know, after 30 days of this diet, it's going to become easier for me. It's not going to feel so much like a chore anymore, because honestly your first month is the hardest month. Like, if you can get through that first month and stick it out and be strong and not do anything bad, you're really on the right track. And you know, after that month, you'll watch it get easier. The days will fly by quicker, things like that, because I think when you first dieting, the days just won't go. It's like, oh my god, please hurry up and leave. Like, you've got to have reasons in your head why you're doing it as well. You've got to have your personal reasons. So I had hundreds of personal reasons. Like, I want to be able to wear certain clothes, I want to be able to take full body pictures, I want to feel happy in myself, and there's just so many reasons why I wanted to lose the weight. I knew that my confidence would be better, I'd be happier, I'd enjoy myself more. Like, I really enjoyed myself more than I'd ever have when I went to Wireless last year. I've been to Wireless loads of times, and that for me was the best time ever, because I was confident in myself. I've just let go of all those insecurities, and it's almost like they were never there now, and it is really weird in a way. In terms of the purchases, the kind of things that you want to be buying, waist beads is your first one. Waist beads are literally like your best friend. Since I started dieting, which was in January, this is how much I've lost. These were the waist beads that fit me at the start of January when I first started, and since then I've bought some more just to you know, track the progress a bit better, because it's a bit hard once it gets really droopy on you. Like, so how much more droopy is it now? So it's good to buy one that, you know, fits you again. And you know, as you can see, again, it's gone droopy. They're not the ones you keep on, because I find they like get caught to your skin and stuff and start pinching you. So I just put them on every Sunday when you know, after I've gotten the scales, every Sunday I just put them on. So my waist, you know, when I first started was this size, which to me is crazy, you know. I can't remember, but I tried the other day and I can actually get it over my head now, which is mad, because there's no way that this ever would have gone over my head before, like no way. So yeah, this is how much I've lost from this area. This used to fit tight before, and realistically that is surreal for me. And then obviously as I lost weight, I ordered more waist beads. This is obviously a waist bead that I ordered to fit my waist once this one had got too big, I felt like. And then I ordered these ones as well, which this is basically my waist size, but I don't know, like it don't make sense because they stretch. So yeah, they're not great, to be honest. So definitely going to leave a link to these ones, but I would really recommend the waist beads because they're just a great way to really visualize how much weight you're losing. First thing I went and picked up when I realized I was gonna go on a weight loss journey was these scales. I feel like such a close connection to this scale, and like I've got another pair of scales, but this ain't no one's having it. I'm so sorry. So yeah, today I'm just going into town. What I wanted to do was hand out some CVs and just get some weighing scales and spend this voucher that I got for Christmas. But instead, what I'm gonna go and do now is buy my weighing scales, spend the voucher that I got for Christmas, and not hand out my CVs today because I don't think I look the part to go and hand CVs out. So yeah, while I was on my journey, I was weighing myself once every week and I was recording it in the MyFitnessPal app. So that's another thing that you should really download. It's amazing. What you can do is, what you do on MyFitnessPal is you log your food in there. That was obviously the original reason that I bought it. And they literally have anything that you can think of that you can buy in the UK, and it knows the nutritional value, the calories, things like that in the food. So it will just log everything for you, how many calories you've eaten in that day. And then also if you exercise as well and you've got a watch, it syncs it all in and that kind of stuff. So it will deduct how much calories you've lost during exercise during the day. Like honestly, I love MyFitnessPal and I love how all the health apps sync together and work, and it is just amazing, to be honest with you. Like it's a whole different life. This was obviously my first picture when I started, and then you know, I carried on with my pictures as I was carrying on with my journey. One thing I do regret is not taking front and side pictures, but on MyFitnessPal you can't do that. So I should have just taken the side pictures in MyFitnessPal and then taken some front pictures on my normal camera and just kind of merged them into one album or something. You want to choose a specific day. For me, my day was Sunday. I don't know why. It's a random day to pick, but it's the last day of the week, isn't it? So it makes sense. So I weighed myself every Sunday, took side pictures, and I think about after the 6th week I could start to notice little changes, and I was like, oh my god, like look. Even though the scales were telling me every week that I was losing weight, it was really nice that I could see it as well. In February, that was kind of like the first time I'd seen anyone. I went to like a family thing for my nan's birthday, and all my family had noticed that I lost weight, and at the time I felt amazing. Like I felt well slim, like I can't lie to you. So it's important that when you get the scales to only weigh yourself once a week, because you know, when you're getting on the scale and you're getting on it 3 times a week, your weight is constantly fluctuating, and you know, you could get on it on Sunday and then you're, I don't know, 12 stone 11, and then you could get on it on Monday and you're 12 stone 9. Sometimes that can happen. Sometimes you'll get on the scale midweek and you've lost all the weight that you anticipated to lose for the week, and then you'll get to Sunday and it's like, oh, I've not lost anything. But you have, but you just got on the scale too early. So avoid getting on the scale too much. Like honestly, just try and keep it to once a week, because you will dishearten yourself that way. I've done it so many times. One thing I will say about weight and scales, this is specifically for women, when it's that time of the month, you're gonna be 3 to 6 pounds heavier. I always am, and during that week I would get on, but I'd always know that the weight I was because of that. And yeah, like you've just got to keep that in mind. If you're the type of person you feel like you'd get on and see a higher number and you just would foil the diet because of that, then don't get on when you know you're coming on, or when the week when you're on, or whatever, because it is disheartening, and it has disheartened me in the past. And during those weeks sometimes I would get on and then I'd be like, no, I've not lost anything, and I'd get really upset, but really I was losing weight. And then I'd get on the week later and I've lost double now. So, you know, you have got to be really careful, you know, when it's that time, you know, as well. So yeah guys, so another thing that I purchased straight away was, got these jars. I'm gonna keep these forever because this is just really rewarding for me to look at and see, and just, yeah, I love it. So this is Pounce To Go. It was Pounce To Go and Pounds Lost. As you guys can probably gather, all these stones at one point were in this jar. Pounds Lost and Pounce To Go. These are from eBay, and yeah, what I'm gonna do, they're not white, they're clear stickers, so I'm gonna stick them on. That one's gonna be Pounce To Go, and that one's gonna be Pounds Lost. Week by week, when I was getting on the scale and losing my weight, I'd transfer my stones over to this one, and you know, eventually it started to even out, and I started to look, and they were looking like pretty much the same. Obviously this is a lot of stones, considering how big the jars are, it's not really that many because the jars are huge. But yeah, this is a lot of stones to obviously transfer, and eventually, it took me a year, or just over a year, but eventually I moved them all from here into here. And you guys, it was honestly the most rewarding thing in the world. You know, gradually when I was doing it every week, it felt like, oh my god, like this is gonna take forever, like I'm never gonna lose all this weight, like, and that's how it does feel. But you know, the fact that you're making that progress and moving that every week makes you really happy. And when you have stuff like this, I think that you're even more motivated, because the thought of having to move something from this back into this, there's no way that you can even comprehend that, like when you've worked so hard to lose it. The jars themselves were just from Asda. The stickers, again, I got off eBay. I'll leave everything in the description down below. But the jars really helped me throughout my journey, and they were just a really good visualization of how much I was losing, and just allowed me to keep on track, and just, you know, it was just another way to be proud of myself, like, whoa Jazz, look how much you've done. Like, another tip that I would give you guys is to follow influencers that you look up to in terms of like appearance, like people whose body types you would like to have when you lose your weight. I think that, you know, that kind of stuff can really motivate you. A lot of us are on Instagram every day, especially during this quarantine, and when you're on a journey, it is healthy to follow these kind of people, because these are the kind of people that you're wanting to become like. So it makes sense that, you know, you are looking up to them and looking at their stuff and being able to see their feeds and things like that. So in terms of buying things to aid you with your weight loss, this isn't actually something that I bought for myself. It was bought for me by my sister and brother, and they bought it me for my birthday in 2019, so my 23rd birthday, and it is an Apple Watch. And honestly, the Apple Watch has changed my life completely. I absolutely love it. It's the best present I've ever received, and I think I've basically worn it every day since I've got it. I absolutely love it. It tells you everything about what you've done in that day, and if you feel like you've not done enough, it really motivates you to, I need to do more, I need to close my rings. Honestly, I absolutely love the Apple Watch, and to anyone that's on a journey, I would completely recommend that you'd buy one. As soon as I got the Apple Watch, I started incorporating exercise into my diet as well. I wasn't really doing much exercise before, but when I got this, it allowed me to know, oh, that little run jog on the spot I did for 3 minutes has counted towards something. And I think then that completely changed my mindset and everything. And since that day of me getting the Apple Watch, I've really picked up my exercise. I've got a lot fitter, and yeah. Hey guys, I'm back. My camera was nearly dying, so yeah, we're back to off now. Why is Papa John's texting me when I'm making this video, please? Rude. So what you want to do is, when you're dieting as well, you want to take your measurements probably once a month. You see how I say, you know, every Sunday you weigh yourself, so every 4 weeks on a Sunday you want to take your measurements as well. So you want to do your hips, your legs, your arms, your waist, your bust, all those measurements you want to take, and you know, just write them down into your notes app on your phone. Write the date that it is as well. A month later, do it again and do it again and do it again, because in a lot of cases, especially if you're doing weight training and exercising as well, you probably won't lose any weight. Like, there'll be some weeks when you're not losing any weight, but you will be actually losing inches. So you don't want to dishearten yourself as well when, you know, no weight goes down on the scale and stuff like that. So you do just want to have those measurements there as well to say, oh look, I've not lost any weight, but look how much inches I've lost on my waist. I've lost an inch or two on my waist. So for example, if you're not starting where I started at, you're starting from where I am now, for example, the best thing to do is take your measurements, because it's a lot harder to lose weight when the smaller you are. So the less you weigh, the harder it is to lose weight. I can see that from experience. You know, I was trying to lose my last stone for like the last 3 months, like honestly. So now this section is more for when you're on the diet rather than getting prepared for the diet. So another thing that you want to do is just make sure that you're adding variety to your diet. Don't eat the same thing all the time. It gets really boring. I did that the first time I lost weight. That could have been another problem that I had. When I look at that now, it's not sustainable. Like last year, I had so much variety. I ate so many different kinds of things. I'm going to cover that in a completely different video. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to the food side of things, and you know, I don't just want to skim past it or just briefly talk about it in one video. So I'm going to do like the types of things I ate. I might even make some of the dishes for you guys, so you guys can see, you know, the kind of things that I was eating. A lot of the time as well, my mom was really helpful towards my dieting as well. You know, she really catered to me. So, you know, you do just want to let people know as well. So one important point which I'd say is when you're dieting, when you're really taking it seriously and you know you're in it, you're in the swing of it, and that's it now, what you want to do is let everyone know what you're doing, that you're on a diet, you're taking it really seriously, you're being really strict, and like people are reasonable. Your close friends, you know, your family, your boyfriend, things like that will respect that. You know, it's really easy to make excuses and say things like, oh, I went out with my family and they were all eating bad, and you know, I ate bad too because they were all eating bad. It's really easy to make excuses and say things like that. But realistically, you know, you're the one who wants to do this. You're the one who wants to lose this weight. So as much as the people around you are going to know and be aware and are going to be supportive of it, don't expect them to not eat things because of you, or don't make them feel bad for eating what they want to eat, because at the end of the day, you're the one on the weight loss journey, not them. So, and if, you know, you literally can't be around people eating bad things, channel it differently. See that as a way like, oh, you know, I'm really strong, like everyone else here is eating really bad, and you know, look how strong I'm being. Like, you know, you've got to reinforce these things within your own mind and tell yourself how strong you are and how strong you're being, and channel it differently. Don't just be like, oh, I can't be here, I can't be in this room. You know, there is power in being able to, you know, sit there around something that you could really enjoy as well, or really want yourself, but you don't because of your goals. You know, there's power in that. It's a really rewarding feeling to be able to go out, eat completely healthy, have 1 or 2 drinks. When I say drinks, I mean a single gin and tonic with slimline, barely any calories in that drink. But because you're eating less as well, singles do suffice. Like, they do get you a bit waved, to be honest with you. I used to stick to 2 singles if I was going to go out with family and I really wanted to have a drink and things like that, but I'd still eat healthy. Another thing that you can do as well, I started to do it towards the end of the year. When I used to go out, that used to be my healthy meal. So for example, if you watched a lot of my Things to Do in Birmingham vlogs last year, you'll see that I'm eating amazing food, yes, but you'll hear me say in the intro, in a lot of them, that I hadn't eaten all day. I've literally been saving myself all day for this one meal, so that will be my way of allowing myself to have that treat, because all day without eating, and then that meal I'd go out with my family and really enjoy. That never made me feel bad either, because I knew that I'd saved myself the entire day not eating, and you know, just been really good. So yeah, that's another way to get around if you got a friendship group and you go out all the time to eat, or if your family go out to eat all the time, or if you and your partner go out to eat all the time. That's a way that you can, you know, combat it. I'm not saying do that 3 times a week, but once or twice a month, you know, it's not gonna harm you. Another tip that I can give, which is actually the biggest tip that I can give to anyone who's trying to diet, honestly, like this is the biggest tip and the most important one, so I don't know why I've left it to this point to say it, but if you fall off, if you have a bad day, if you end up having a Kit Kat, I don't know, whatever your weakness is, Snickers, if you end up having a kebab and chips and a Kit Kat and a fizzy pop that's not good for you, then the next day, wake up and act like nothing happened. Act like that didn't happen. Act like you've been dieting this whole time. Just continue as normal on your diet, because honestly, that is a saviour. You know, we're all human. We make mistakes. We fall off sometimes. We have a chocolate bar sometimes. But that's not to say that that's ruined your whole diet. That was the mentality that really messed me up for a couple of years and stopped me from achieving anything in terms of weight loss, because the moment I'd do something bad, well, that was it then. You know, I've messed it all up. All my hard work, it's been undone, and that just was not the case. During my journey last year, I realised that like one bad thing is not going to kill you, and you know, I would never indulge and have a day of like being really bad, because you know, personally I got to a point where, you know, I didn't feel like I needed to eat anything at that point, because I had changed my relationship with food. And so for example, the day when I went out to tattoo, I had a lot of food and wine and dessert and all these other drinks, but the next day just acted like nothing happened. Did I go tattoo? Yes. No I didn't. I didn't eat all that, no. And then those weeks, sometimes I'd get on the scale and I've lost just the same amount as last week, but if I'd woken up the next day and decided I was gonna quit my diet, I would have, that's what would have messed it up. Not the thing that I thought messed it up, but me just falling off because I thought I'd messed it up. But yeah guys, it's actually mad because I made notes, but I didn't actually need the notes, because when I went back onto my notes, it's like, oh, I spoke about that already, I did want to keep this video short and sweet. I don't know if it's going to be that short and sweet realistically, because I've been sitting here talking for ages. But yeah guys, I just really wanted this video to be informative for you. I really wanted you guys to know how I got on it, you know, how I stayed on it, how I mentally kind of prepared myself for the diet, and how I achieved the weight loss and just, you know, stayed strong on the journey. If you guys are thinking of starting your own journeys and you want to message me, you want to ask me anything that I haven't covered already, obviously I do have more videos coming out, but feel free to message me anything. If you're on your journey and you're having a really tough time and you just need that moral support, you need someone to talk to, you need someone to egg you on a little bit, again, message me. I don't mind, like, you know, I'll be really happy to answer any questions about weight loss, like. And yeah guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that it's informative for you guys as well. I hope that I've helped to inspire you somewhat to, you know, take those steps to go on your journey. And you know, it is a really rewarding feeling. I will never go back, and that's a promise that I make to myself. Like, I'm never gonna go back there, and I'm always gonna, you know, work on my fitness. I'm always gonna do workouts. I'm always gonna go to the gym when it opens back, and you know, I'm always just gonna be that person, be the person that I am now, because I feel so happy. And you know, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. You know, the fact that so many of you guys on Instagram can see it as well, even people that don't know me in real life, are saying, sis, you look so happy. Like, but yeah guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and yeah, because I really have. I've really enjoyed just speaking to you guys and, you know, just giving you tips. That, you know, it just makes me happy to know that, you know, I could be helping you guys out, and this has been heavily requested and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.